I've finally just gotten to sit down for the first time in like a 10-hour shift, and I'm very tired, and I haven't eaten anything except for breakfast, so I'm gonna be eating some white macaroni and cheese and some ziti as I'm doing this, but I don't know, I have to talk about this, because man, today was really something. So, today was a pretty unassuming day. I had to work an 8.5 hour shift that started at 12 o'clock. And I was like, okay, whatever. So, I go through most of the day. Early on, a little busy, not too bad. Eventually, it got to the point where they're gonna have to have me alone for 2 hours. Because they scheduled, I just dropped the CD. They scheduled nobody else except me in the deli from 2 to 4. So that really sucked. Fortunately, it wasn't actually that busy. So, I got a lot of stuff done, and I was decently ahead on time, and I was feeling pretty good. I even took the garbage. Like, I took one of the garbage bags, because we have 3 garbage cans, and I took one. And I was like, dude, I'm doing pretty good, actually. But I was alone for 4 hours. I was in the deli for 4 hours straight. I get a text around 4 from my favorite coworker, and he told me he's gonna be late because his Uber, basically they do some bullshit where they'll just, the driver will literally be there, ready to pick you up, and then they just change drivers, and so you just have to wait. And it happened twice to him, and so he left his other job at 3:20, and he had to wait for almost 30 minutes to be able to get a ride. So that happens, right? But then he finally shows up. I spent a long while talking to him about the schedule, about other stuff, right? No big deal. And then, I'm thinking, I basically have nothing to do right now. And I told him I'm going to close this first slicer down at 5. I'm going to clean it up, and then I'm going to take my lunch break, because then he doesn't need that other slicer, so I can just close it, get it done, get it out of the way, take my lunch break, and I don't have to worry about shit. Come back when it's probably going to get really busy, and everything will be okay. Boy, I could not have been more wrong. So, I go and I take this garbage upstairs, and I take this garbage to the other side of the store where our garbage chute is. And he kept telling me no, dude, I'll take the garbage, don't worry about it. But I did it. I went and did it. So I was like, I literally have nothing to do. So, let me do this. Let me help you, right? So I take the garbage, and our baler doesn't have the key in it, so I'm like, what the hell? So I just left a bunch of cardboard in there. Go upstairs, use the bathroom, come back down. Our maintenance guy is there at the baler, and he's like, hey, look what I did for you. He moved the cart in a better spot for me, the garbage cart. So I'm like, okay. So he's showing me how we actually have another key on the one for the trash chute, and that was the one for the compactor. So he's showing that to me and all that, and we were, joking around and talking and stuff. Then then I also I just remembered too, when I was first taking the garbage, I actually gave him $1 because he was like, "Can I get $1 so I can go get a soda upstairs?" I was like, "Okay, I'll give it to him. I'll give it to him this time." But so, anyways, I give him, I leave after I've done the trash and everything. Coming back, actually no, I missed something. I missed a crucial piece. When I was upstairs, I was thinking, you know what? I could bring down some more bags because we're gonna run out of bags soon. So I brought down the bags. Then I had this realization, dude, there are these, there are a certain size of containers are missing, like the 32 ounce or whatever it is. And I'm like, they're right there. I should bring them down. Big mistake. As I'll talk about in a minute. So, while I was talking to him about the trash and everything, he was showing me the baler key and all that. I have this box that I'm like holding in my arm, and I'm holding this bag of containers. So I come back to the deli, and there are customers. Actually, no, there was one customer. So my coworker is helping this customer. And, I was like, alright, let me just put these containers in real quick, right? Because I brought down these containers, let me put them in so that we can use them. So, I'm trying to get them out. They're kind of a pain in the ass to get out. So I kind of have to, like, turn the bag upside down to, like, get them out and then put them, flip them back. And, after I did this, I'd done that. And then I looked at my hand, and I was like, why is it red? And I thought for a second, like, maybe it was the garbage cart. Like, maybe there's something red on the garbage cart. And then I realized, that's blood. Oh, I'm bleeding. It's not the first time I've bled in this deli. But it's happening again. So I'm like, great. I'm bleeding, but maybe it's not that bad. So I try to go, like, wash it off a little bit. It's bleeding pretty good. Like, the blood just keeps coming out. I'm like, shit, dude. That's pretty bad. So, I am scrambling, trying to figure out what to do. And then, all of a sudden, my coworker comes over, and he says, "You take over, dude." And he's holding his hand, and I'm like, what? And he shows me he's bleeding. And I'm like, oh, shit, I just cut myself too. And he was like, oh shit. But then I realized, like, his face was like, he was like in pain. He's like, and I was like, was it on the slicer? He's like, yeah. And I was like, oh shit. So, he sliced a part of his finger off. I believe it was like this finger. Not this one. This one. And I was like, oh shit. So I'm like trying to figure out what to do. He wants me to go help this customer. And this customer is freaking out. Like, she's this old woman. I basically would say she sounds like a bird. Like, she's like, how can I get a slice of turkey? Or some shit like that, Like, that's how she sounds. So, I'm like, what the hell's going on here? And bakery lady comes over, and she's like, what's going on? I'm like, he just cut himself on, he just, like, sliced off part of his finger, and I'm bleeding. And she's like, oh my god, like, what do I do? And keep in mind, before I had gotten there, actually, like when we were both in the back, both me and my coworker in the back, this woman was like going over to the bakery lady and like screaming like, "Where's the deli, guys?" Like, no fucking self-awareness at all. So then, I'm coming over here. Oh fuck! I just hit the camera with my shoes. Oops. So I'm over here now. I'm trying to figure out what the fuck to do because I'm bleeding. I'm bleeding, and at the same time, this woman's freaking out, and I'm like, also this angle stuff. Whatever, dude. I don't care. So I'm like, what the fuck what do I do here? And then she continues freaking out. She's like, well, can I at least get what's there? And I'm like, this dude just sliced fucking part of his finger off. And you're freaking out about the fact you don't get your cold cuts immediately? What the fuck? And dude, I almost lost it on this lady. I'm not gonna lie. I did start yelling at her because she's screaming. And all the other customers are like, oh my god, like, do you guys need help? And she's sitting there screaming. And then she had the nerve too. The bakery lady's like, can you stop screaming? And she's like, I'm not screaming! Yes, you fucking are, bitch! What the fuck is wrong with her, dude? So, I was so pissed off. And so I tell her, like, listen, just fucking, well, I didn't say fucking stop, but I'm like, listen, just stop, okay? I'm gonna get you it. Two of us are bleeding. Just relax. Like, that was the shit that I did. Because I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with this woman? Why is she so, like, she's acting like she's the one who got her fucking finger sliced off. What, or, like, part of her finger sliced. What the fuck, dude? I was so fucking angry, and he was too. Spoiler alert, when he came back later, he literally was like, that fucking bitch, dude. And I was like, yeah, I was fucking pissed at her. I was so angry. Because, you know, I can understand maybe after the situation is over being like, hey, you know, can I get my cold cuts or something, right? But like, dude, when this is in the middle of going on, and your first thought is, well, what about me? Like, this woman would literally see some fucking person bleeding out on the fucking sidewalk, and she'd be like, hey, can you get out of my way? I need to get through. Like, what the hell? What the fuck is wrong with people like this, man? Like, and I genuinely believe she is fucking human filth, dude. When you have so little fucking you have so little regard for human life, for something that has just happened that is fucking serious, and you have such little regard for human life, you know, I don't give a fuck about you, okay? Like, and honestly, she is lucky that there's a fucking deli counter in between me and her, because otherwise I might have just fucking punched her or some shit, dude. Like, I was fucking pissed. I was so pissed. Man, this ziti is kind of not it, I'm gonna be honest, but whatever. The macaroni and cheese is pretty good. Oh shit. I gotta go punch. So, I'll be back! Okay, we're back. And now I get to go home. So I guess I'm gonna save the rest of the ziti for when I get home. Yay. But, anyways, this video is gonna be all over the place because, like, I have to fucking eat. I'm starving. I literally, by the way, right? Literally all I had today was I had 12 pancake bites from Aldi. That was my breakfast. 12 pancake bites and orange juice. That was it, bro. So, I was kind of starving, that's why I was like, dude, I gotta eat some fucking stuff while I'm fucking recording this. So, right, that all goes down, okay? And then, where was I? So I was literally talking to one of the front end guys before I left about how little regard this woman had for human life, and he was like, yeah, like, I've never seen somebody like that either, bro. Like, it's crazy. I needed that. Coworker bought me this, by the way. Spoiler alert, but... So, anyways, back to where I was. This fucking woman, dude, she's freaking out. She's freaking out. And I am like, I'm so pissed at her, but I'm just like, I just want her to get the fuck out of here, dude. So, I go, and I tell, or I just put on one glove, literally one glove wonder over here, right? And I package her shit, and I just give it to her, and I don't say anything else to her. I was so angry at her. I was pissed. So, that happens. You know? That goes down. And then after that, like, I'm trying to figure out what the hell we're doing. So, bakery lady, she goes and she gets the manager, because it's like, what the fuck do we do? So that happens. Manager comes over. He's like, all right, he's got to go to urgent care, and luckily there was an urgent care kind of nearby. So, he, you know, we make our coworker go to the urgent care. That's all. That all happens. That's done. And then I'm just there like, well, still bleeding. And I took like a shitty little napkin and some tape, and I just did that for the moment. But there's this other woman who was next in line, and I know her pretty decently, and she came like right as this was all starting. And I always kind of refer to her as the half and the third girl, or half and the third woman, whatever, right? Because basically she comes like very frequently, and she'll get roast beef, she'll get a half and a third. And I actually asked her one time, why do you get a half and a third? And she basically told me, you know, because, you know, the other one goes somewhere else. You know, goes to another house, not mine. So, but she's always been extremely nice. I always enjoy, you know, serving her. Got no complaints about her. She's a good person. And I could say she's a good person, because, dude, she saw what happened, and she's like, oh my god, like, is everything okay? Like, is there anything I can do to help? And I was like, no, listen, I'll help you with your cold cuts. And she saw like my makeshift bandage, and she's like, no, like you need to get some band-aids and stuff. You need to get some band-aids. You need to get like some Neosporin. So she actually went over to the courtesy desk to get some band-aids for us, because, by the way, let me just fucking make a mention of this, okay? In our fucking deli, we have a first aid kit that does not have band-aids in it, because I had to go through this shit on New Year's Day, bro. I was in the fucking deli for probably like an hour, maybe less than that, maybe 20 minutes, and I fucking cut myself trying to slice some prosciutto, like cut the fat off the prosciutto, and there was no band-aids. So then I had to go with the assistant manager across the fucking store to find band-aids and fucking like healing ointment, bro. We had to go to like 5 departments to find all that shit. So that is not a good thing. When your deli is woefully underprepared for when somebody fucking slices part of their finger off and they're fucking bleeding like crazy. you know, maybe they should do something about that. So, right, she goes and she gets me Band-Aids from Courtesy, because thankfully they have Band-Aids. And they also had some Neosporin too, so I put some Neosporin, well, I got the Band-Aids, I was like, let me finish your order first, and she was like, no, like, just go take care of yourself, you know, make sure that you're okay. So I was like, okay, and I took the Band-Aids and stuff, I went back, and, yeah, I put it on. That's the Band-Aid that you're currently seeing right now. It's still on. And so yeah, I was okay. But dude, we had a shitload of customers because they were piling up as this was all going on, and a lot of them were like, listen, you know, whatever you need to do, okay? You know, we'll come back. You know, it's no big deal. So that all happens, right? And then I'm like, well, shit, I gotta help all these people. So I go and I help all these people, which was not a very easy task. I really struggled to do so. But slowly I got through it. But I just, particularly, I saw, you know, what happened to third girl, what she kind of did, and it really just made me respect her a lot more. And I think there really was like a duality of people here, because on the one side you have this stupid fucking bitch, okay? I'm not afraid to say that shit. This woman was a fucking bitch, man. Fuck her. When you have so little regard for somebody else's fucking suffering, somebody who's going through a pretty bad moment, and that's your thought? What about me? Go fuck yourself. So, also you can't see me, so let's do this. That's better. So, yeah, there's that woman, right? Somebody who, in a situation like that, really shows their true colors and how shitty of a person they are. And then, on the other hand, you have having the third girl, right? Where she was very understanding of what's going on, and she's like actively trying to help. And I literally was like, it's okay, it'll be all right. And she was like, no, I'm gonna go out of my way, go to Courtesy, just to make sure you get this Band-Aid, because I don't want it to get infected, anything, you know, and make sure you take, she kept telling me, make sure you keep checking it and take care of it. So, yeah, that all happened. But the point of a lot of things that I wanted to talk about in this video is, this is something I've been thinking about for a little while too, is I kind of feel like I'm like watching my life go by. Like, I'm already looking at it, I'm like, holy shit, dude. It's been like almost a year since I started driving now. It's been almost a year since my whole life changed, you know? And I'm just like, wow. But then I'm thinking like, fuck, dude, it's been a year. I didn't do as much as I wanted to, and I still haven't looked into school, I still haven't done any of that shit yet. But when I think about it, right, when I think, it made me realize I have to spend more time appreciating life in the moment. And part of that is also not rushing. Because my coworker was rushing, partially because of this fucking stupid woman, dude. Stupid fucking bitch. She was rushing him. I mean, that's what she usually does. She's very fucking adamant on getting her shit quick, because she doesn't want to wait, I guess. God forbid she has to wait to get her cold cuts. Oh my god. Poor soul. So, I've thought a lot about the idea of just letting, life kind of exist and not rushing to do everything. Because I look at what he did, right? And to be fair, you're not really supposed to, like, hold the meat, especially when it's a little bit like that. You're not supposed to hold the meat, when, like, it's, like that as you're slicing it. So, it's like that's probably what happened. He usually does that, and that's part of the reason I don't do that, is because I kind of don't want to just, like, something happens and I slip and then, finger gone. So. But, he was probably rushing to help this woman. And look what happened. Not only did it delay her getting her cold cuts, which, is the most important thing in the world, obviously, but also it just completely screwed him. And he's gonna have to live with that for the rest of his life without part of his finger. So that is a thing that really just made me stop and think and go, like, dude, I gotta stop rushing. Because I nearly had a time where I almost sliced part of my thumb off. I literally sliced, like, a tiny bit of my fingernail off on the slicer once while cleaning it. And then I was like, never doing that again. And to be honest, it's been a couple times that I've had, like, some close calls. But just seeing this really happen just made me go, like, dude, it's not fucking worth it. I have a whole life ahead of me still. It's not worth it to rush for this one customer and potentially injure myself. And then just, it just fucks up everything. So that is really something that I had a big realization about today. And man, but like the whole time afterwards, I just kept thinking, like, fuck, dude. Like, I hope he's okay. And I also kept, like, kind of blaming myself a little bit. It's like, well, what if I didn't take that garbage and I had been there to serve this stupid fucking woman, and I had, what if I hadn't kept this slicer open? I had made this one the one I was going to close, and like that sort of thing. Because also the thing is with that slicer too, I've noticed that it is, like, loose. Like, the thing that, like, comes up and down to change the thickness of a slice, that thing has been, like, loose. And so part of me wonders if, like, maybe it was going down and then that was partially what caused, him to lose part of his finger. So, fuck. I forgot to I was gonna write a note about it, but I didn't. I forgot about that. Well, I'll talk about it on Sunday. Talk about it to them on Sunday. Be like, hey, we probably need to get this thing repaired. Which, also, these slicers are old. They all have problems. Yeah. And by the way, this was my favorite slicer that did this, by the way. Which, I think it's my former favorite now because of this. But anyways, so yeah. Eventually, he actually came back to the deli. Also, the closing manager came to the deli at one point and talked to me and was like, are you going to be able to stay later? And I was like, okay. Which meant I was going to be working 10 hours. So, fuck. That was what I did. Technically it was 9.5 hours with one bathroom break. And that bathroom break preceded fucking Hell's Gates opening. So, Yeah. But I just exhausted. But I told him I'll do it, I'll stay. I'll get it done. And I'm not gonna say I did everything. I didn't check any of the dates, so there's probably stuff that's expired in there. What am I gonna do? I'm one person, and we had a lot of shit that went on, and it was also pretty busy up until like 7 o'clock, so fuck, man. What am I gonna do? So eventually my coworker came back, and his finger was all like wrapped up and everything. He told me that they said do not move it for like 24 hours minimum. So realistically, he probably is going to be out for a little while now, which kind of makes me wonder what the hell's going to happen, because are they going to have me working every night with Brian now, which I really don't want. And also another thing I've been thinking about a lot tonight is I think I'm just going to call out tomorrow. I just had to put in a 10-hour shift. I'm exhausted. I'm tired. I'm hungry. I literally, this is how much water I drank this whole 10-hour shift. And then I finally got to drink some of this vitamin water. It's up to like here. I didn't drink anything. I didn't eat anything until literally you saw me eating stuff. So, yeah. But, thankfully he's okay. You know, they gave him they put glue in it, so it stopped the bleeding for now, but he has to not do anything for a while. So I told him, like, dude, just go home and just rest, okay? So I'm glad he's gonna go do that. And I hope he's gonna be okay. I hope things are gonna be alright. I mean, it's fuck, dude. It really sucks. But yeah. It was something that was crazy to see happen. I just felt like horrible afterwards. And the worst part, right, is that, like, I'm having all of this weighing on me at the same time, and then also there's like a bunch of fucking customers, so I'm having to help them, and like I'm thinking about shit, and like customers are like, oh, well, actually I want like quarter pound, not half a pound, and I'm like, oh, sorry, like, you know, there's too much going on. But yeah, but I closed down that deli pretty fucking fast, I'm not gonna lie. For the position we were in, like 5:30, I closed that deli pretty fast. And, you know, I did the soups, and it's really surprising, because usually the soups take like 2 hours, you know, for a certain somebody. But strangely for me, it took like 2 hours, and most of that was like, I pulled the soups and I left them for like 2 hours while I worked on all the slicers. And then I like just came back and finished up the soups, and that was it. It's really strange. It's almost like it doesn't actually take like 2 hours to clean them. It's like a probably 30-minute endeavor, and you can do other shit while you're waiting. It's pretty strange. But yeah, man, what a day. I just want to go home, and I'm calling out of work tomorrow. I don't care, dude. I'm gonna call up and be like, hey guys, you know, I'm not feeling well today, so I can't come in. Sorry, you know. I mean, I think I deserve a break, because, dude, I worked 5 days this week already, and I just had to put in a 10-hour shift out of nowhere, when my back, by the way, I didn't even mention this, probably, like, around the time when I was working by myself, my back was killing me, and it's been killing me. Like, I started to feel it a little bit last Tuesday, and then this Tuesday, I really felt it, and it was bad. I was like, I need to literally take my break to be able to sit down. And I was feeling it again today, and It was rough. It was rough. But I pulled through. And, yeah. And, by the way, you can see, you can see that I did get some little scrapes, like here. Like, you can see, like, there's a little bit of my skin that fucking, you know, is just kind of out. I got, like, scraped a little bit, and then I got a fucking, like, decent sized cut here from fucking containers, bro. The containers we give our customers every day. So, fuck me, man. It was a fucking crazy day. I'm gonna go home so I can eat the rest of my ziti and relax and sleep. That's what we're gonna do. I've had enough for today. It was enough. But yeah, the main thing I wanted to say as I'm driving home now is that you should absolutely slow down a little bit. Stop rushing through life. Stop thinking that life is just a thing where you just have to get to the end. Because it's not about the journey. It's not about the destination. It's about the journey. Let's fuck that up so bad. But like, actually though, right? Life is about the journey, not the destination. And there's something I think a lot of people do with video games nowadays, where it's like, the point of the video game is to get to the end of the game instead of like enjoying the video game. You know what I mean? So, I honestly think that I should stop just being like, man, I can't wait for this week to be over. Man, I can't wait to be done with this shift today. And just think, you know, man, let me just live life and take in life, because you only get one. And also, man, wow, I'm not gonna lie, that parking brake did not feel great. But you only get one life. You also only get one tip of your finger. So I would recommend, if you're in a deli, you would just take a little extra precaution. But also, from now on, dude, anytime I get a customer that like is rushing me, dude, I'm gonna tell them, like, no, listen, I have literally seen my coworker slice off a part of his finger. I am not rushing. I'm taking my time. I'm making sure that I am not going to hurt myself, because if I hurt myself, it's going to take you longer to get your cold cuts. That's what I'm going to tell them from now on, because you can't fucking rush a deli guy like that. If the guy's taking 30 minutes to cut like a pound of cold cuts, and okay, like, you know, maybe you got a point there, but if I'm fucking, you know, trying my best, doing what I physically can, and you're freaking out, then fuck you, dude. But yeah, I don't know when I'm gonna upload this. I mean, I have like 4 other things that I have to upload, and I just haven't had time. And then it's like, okay, well, when I get out of work today, I'll be able to do that. And now it's 10 o'clock. It's 10:30 actually, almost 10:30. Fuck, I'm gonna go relax for the rest of the night. So yeah, I guess that's it. Also, fuck that woman. That stupid fucking bitch. She deserves to rot in hell for the rest of for all of eternity, bro. Fuck her. So I kind of wanted to follow up just a little bit after last night. There were a couple things I also kind of wanted to mention in the day, because, dude, there were so many things that happened yesterday that I was just like, what the fuck, man? But there are a couple little things, too, that I also wanted to mention that I kind of forgot to mention that kind of gave me a lot to think about. Like, it's kind of weird when you just get one of those days where it's like you've already got a lot of shit going on, and like people are just giving you all these lines, and you're just thinking about them like, that's kind of, wow. That kind of hits home a little bit, you know? So the main one, or some of the main things I want to talk about. For example, right? there's this guy, and he came to our store once a couple months ago probably now, and I kind of forgotten about him. And he came back yesterday, and I kind of vaguely recognized him, but I couldn't remember exactly what it was I recognized, like why I remembered him. And so he starts talking. He said, I just wanted a piece of salmon. So I give him this piece of salmon, and he tells me, I gotta eat some fish, because I got like this. I think he said it was a kidney disease, if I remember something correctly. And then it hit me. I was like, oh, it's this guy, because I remembered this guy. He would literally, like, he came and he was like telling me all about the stuff. He's like, oh, it's, at least it's only stage 3, so I don't got to do like dialysis or anything. So it's, that's good at least. But got to manage it. And, said that doctor said I can probably live 10 or 15 years if I manage it well. He's like, I'm only like 60 something. He's like 62 or something, and this is happening to him. And I felt like, man, I do really respect this guy. He's coming here and he's saying this stuff. You know what I mean? He's a nice guy. So I was talking to him a little bit, and one of the things that he said, which I think is definitely going to stick with me, especially, this happened all before the incident, by the way, before all that shit hit the fan. He said to me, nobody knows when it's going to be their time to go, And dude, later on, like after all the shit had hit the fan, I thought about that. I was like, shit, man. He just said that shit, and like I did not know how hard that was gonna hit in a couple hours. Which, like, it's not like my coworker died, but nobody knows how long they have until some shit happens to them. You know what I mean? So I can't really help but feel that, honestly, it was a fitting thing to happen on this specific day. So, yeah, man. Yeah. It was something to experience. And I gotta be honest, man, I felt bad. Like, I felt bad the first time I was hearing this from him. He's talking about, oh, I don't know how much longer, hopefully I can live a good, 10 years. But, just kind of made me feel bad for him. And, when he left, the last thing I said to him was, good luck with everything, man. I hope everything goes well. Because, that's genuinely what I want. Like, I want him to not die. I think he seems like an alright guy. I don't know everything about him. I've only met him twice probably, but yeah. So there was that customer, and then there was also another customer after the shit had hit the fan. And I was talking with the maintenance guy that I was talking to earlier about the garbage and the compactor and everything. And I was talking to him about what happened, that my coworker sliced off part of his finger, and he was like, oh boy. And this customer happened to be, oh my god, bird. Jump scare bird right there, bro. What the fuck? But anyways, this customer overheard it. And so I kind of, this has kind of been my name that I came up with for her. I kind of, my nickname for her is like the Korean Muppet Lady, which I know is like, what the fuck? But like, I think she's Korean, at least. I don't know, she seems Korean to me. Kind of up here in these parts, we kind of have, a pretty strong Korean community. Like, there's even some towns that literally have Korean is like the third language, because we have a lot of Koreans here. But so anyways, getting off of that, she can be sometimes a little bit of a handful, and she usually wants a lot of things. Like, she'll buy like fucking so many things, dude, and it's crazy. I'm going through this light, bro. I'm not slamming on my brakes there. Nuh-uh. But so I've seen her a bunch of times. She loves to do that sort of she loves to do that thing where she just buys a ton of stuff. She gets like 2 large containers of our salad, and she'll buy like a bunch of other entrees. So she'll like get a bunch of salmons and a bunch of chicken, and like, bro, she gets a lot of stuff. And she did that again last night, but she was talking a little bit here and there as I was helping her, and she was talking, something happened to your coworker, the old guy, and I was like, yeah. She was like, oh man, I'm sorry to hear that. And to be honest, I'm kind of surprised from her, because she sometimes can, be a little bit forceful. I don't want to say forceful. I can't really think of the word. But she kind of, she's very like assertive in the things that she does. And I was like, fuck, man. It's kind of crazy to see her like really being sympathetic, because I thought she would kind of be similar to that other woman, where like she wouldn't really care that much. But she was being very nice about it, And when she left, when she was leaving after I had helped her and everything, she said, I hope your friend is going to be okay. And that just kind of really stuck with me, I was like, damn, man. That gives me respect for her. And it gives me, in general, gives me a lot of respect. There was also this one woman, too, that I was helping when my coworker came back after they had, glued his finger and bandaged it and everything. And, I was talking to him for a little bit. I kind of felt bad because I was supposed to be helping her, but, like, I also really wanted to make sure he was all right. And she didn't mind at all, and she was like, yeah, yeah, like, I completely understand. I hope he's going to be all right. And she said that she, I don't remember if it was like her husband or something, but, something about having to, like somebody lost part of their finger or something, at a job she worked at, or maybe it was her husband, I don't know. She was literally, at one point, she was like, she's trying to talk to me, but then she realized, like, I'm slicing too. And, I was talking to her while slicing, and I didn't really care. She was like, no, like, just concentrate, don't worry about it, okay? Don't worry about it. And I was like, oh, yeah, I guess it's kind of true. But I honestly felt, okay, we're okay, and now you're going left. All right, good to know. All right, whoa, branch in the road, whoa. So back to what I was saying. Yeah, she was just kind of, being really nice and saying thank you, and telling me to be careful and all that. And it's stuff like that just kind of makes me like happy, like it restores a little bit of faith in humanity after the shit that I dealt with yesterday. That fucking stupid bitch. I will say it as many times as I need to. That fucking woman, man. That woman, dude. She still pisses me off. Okay. Never mind. Okay. Put on your blinker at the last moment. Good. Oh no, okay, never mind. I thought this guy was turning here, but he just put his blinker on, like, before the light. But I don't know, man. I don't know, man. It's one of those days, bro. It's one of those days. But, dude, I don't know, man. It's just kind of... It's a crazy thing to just see how selfish people can be sometimes, man. It really is. But, honestly, the thing that really kind of stood out to me, that I'm not gonna forget, I made this video a while ago, called, like, the moment that shattered my reality, or something like that. And, point of the video is to talk about how this whole time I just kind of been, like, going with the flow with the job and stuff, and not thinking about the future, not thinking what was ahead. I was just stuck on what I was in at the moment. And then one day, my coworker, the same coworker that, you know, sliced off part of his finger yesterday, he's telling me, you know, I'm tired of this. I think I'm gonna quit. And kind of made me reflect a lot on things. Okay. Okay. It made me reflect a lot on just where I was and what I was doing and where I was going. And the unfortunate reality is that I kind of didn't really do much in that moment. I mean, I did start taking some steps here and there to doing things, but I still have a lot that I haven't done. But here's the thing, right? The amazing thing is, after yesterday, I've had a moment to kind of look back on that again, especially because what he told me, right? He told me yesterday, before all the shit had hit the fan, we were looking at the schedule, and unfortunately, next week he is working 3 days with Brian, which now he's not, probably because, you know, kind of can't work right now. But anyways, whoa, dude, what the fuck? Are you serious, bro? Wow. This guy just fucking went straight past me, bro. Like, there was barely even room to fit, and he just fucking went right past me. What a piece of shit, man. These fucking people, dude. Probably just because I wasn't going through the light at 35 miles an hour after we stopped. You know? What a fucking sin I've committed here. Well, you know, actually, I'm gonna stay on the left. It's best to stay on the left here. But, oh, now you're going in the right. Yeah, now. Nice one, bro. But so anyways, I was telling him, like, you're gonna not like the schedule next week, dude. You're working 3 days with that guy. He's like, I'm so tired of this, man. Working with that guy is not easy. And I very much agree with that. It's not very easy. What, are you gonna fucking do it again, bro? You gonna do it again? Nobody went through red. Dude, fuck that guy, man. What a piece of shit. So anyways, I was talking to him about that. And then he tells me, you know, I think I'm gonna quit. I just don't know when it is. And I was like, yeah, wait, what the fuck? This guy literally just went through a red light. This guy, I literally just watched a guy in front of me go through a red light, bro. Like, it was green back here, but it's not red, it's red here. And he just went through it. And there were cars that were, like, gonna go through. Holy fuck, man. Wow. Wowee, bro. Holy. Bro, nobody has their fucking brains on today, bro. Everybody just turn your goddamn brains on, please. What the hell? Why are we... Okay. Alright. Yep. Okay. Oh. Alright, where are we? What the fuck is... What is this gonna do? Bro! Somebody send help. Somebody send help, dude. I'm surrounded by fucking maniacs, bro. What is going on? Yeah, you go turn down there, bro. I can't, bro. I don't know what the hell's going on, man. As I keep trying to say, basically told me, I'm gonna quit. I just don't know when. And well, then he proceeded to slice part of his finger off. And that has probably made him think a lot about quitting. Because I know it would for me too. So, yeah. I've got to be honest. Man, like, I just... hearing that has definitely made me reflect a little bit. And, I just... Man. It kind of sucks because I know at some point there is going to be an end to working with this guy. And it sucks. But it is what it is. Okay, why are we all parked over here? I don't know. But, yeah, man. I felt like I had to talk about this. I kind of thought it was just going to be a quick little thing, and I think it's been like 20 minutes. Partially because of all these fucking people are insane, bro. I hate driving here, dude. It's so fucking nuts, bro. It's so nuts. But at least I think I'm gonna make it on time, so hooray for that, right? But whatever, man. It's been a journey for me the past 24 hours, but you know what? I said fuck it and I called out of work today. Assistant manager was like, she was like, because I told her I don't really feel that well. She said, well, so yes or is it a no? And I was like, I guess no. So, because man, I want to go on this walk that I'm about to go on, and I also want to go and just enjoy my time, because something I might, you know, go on more depth on in a future video, but I just feel like, dude, I have spent so much of my time doing all this shit for work, man, and it's just not worth it. It feels like I'm spending all my life doing work and just letting my life pass by, you know? And I feel like I should be enjoying my life, not using my life as a vessel to work, so that I can make money, so that I can, you know, I guess go to the dentist and shit, whatever. But I don't want to keep doing this, man. I don't want to keep busting my ass trying to get this shit done. And, you know, just having to deal with all this bullshit every day. So, I feel that maybe at some point I've really got to figure out what to do with my life and my time. But I think part of that is just being present in the moment and just figuring out, oh, that is a truck that's just kind of chilling out there. Okay, this guy's letting me go first, so. Okay. But yeah. I gotta be honest, man. I feel like a problem we have in our society is we're just trying to get to the next thing. Like, it's like, well, you know, let me finish watching this TikTok so I can go to the next TikTok. Oh, shit. I didn't realize it. It's right here. Almost missed it, but we're good. We are good. We made it. Made it! Yippee! But we spend all of our time realizing or just, you know, trying to get to the next thing. Like, man, I just can't wait to get to this weekend so that, you know, I can enjoy the weekend. There's birds. There's 2 mourning doves just chilling out in the road there. I just swerved around them. Nice. But it's that type of stuff that just makes me think, dude, I need to do something better with my time, you know? I can't just be going and doing this bullshit all the time where I'm just working and doing nothing else. So that's why I think my best option moving forward is just to try and do anything else with my time, do things that matter with my time, because you only get so much time. So, you know, dude, I'm surprised the parking lot is this empty, bro. Nobody parked here? Or everybody just lied. Everybody just lied about, you know, I'm gonna do this. Let me do this. And let me back up just a little bit. Let me see. I think this looks good to me right there. Maybe a little more. Okay. There we go. But yeah, with that, I got like 5 minutes, so I gotta get going. Dude, I still have my fucking work shoes here, bro. What a day. Alright, with that, I'm gonna get going and turn off my auto catcher, because fuck my auto catcher right now, I don't give a shit. And, yeah, I guess that's it.